Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football out here in East Texas at the Tyler 7-on-7 state qualifying tournament here with the new head coach and undefeated head coach of the Mount Pleasant Tigers, Coach Joe Cluley. Coach, how are you, sir?
I've been great, man. Great. Excited to get out here and compete in some 7-on-7 and kind of our first opportunity to really see our guys go against somebody else.
All right, now first off, you had a great gig at Lubbock Estacado, and other folks in Lubbock treated you very well, and it was going to take a good gig to get you to leave. What was it about Mount Pleasant when the job opened up that really intrigued you?
You know, it was a job that my sister was born here. My dad was the head football coach from '86 to '89, and so I spent 4 years here from 2 to 6 in Mount Pleasant. So it's something that I've always kept close with and always kept up with their football and how they do and things like that. And when I got the call, it was something that intrigued me because it has a special place in my heart. And obviously got a lot of good memories. My dad went to the quarterfinals this last year here, and the last time Mount Pleasant won 12 games was with him, and so that's my goal, is to break that record. Lubbock was a special place. I loved Estacado and loved the kids, but it was a chance to get back home.
And when you got into town, because obviously it's been a while since you've been to Mount Pleasant, when you interviewed and when you kind of, for those of you who don't know, every coach that goes into a town and interviews, they drive around town, they check things out. When you drove around town and checked out the community, what did you like about Mount Pleasant?
Well, it's funny. Me and Courtney, my wife, came up, and we came up during Christmas time. And as we got into the downtown area, and I don't know if this ever happens, but it happened then. The sun was setting. There was live music playing on the square. People were walking around. People were dancing, and we were just like, man, this is a really cool place. We went and saw where I grew up. Saw the school, obviously, and some of the renovations they've done, and it just felt right, the whole thing. And then, of course, going through the interview process and stuff, just everything seemed to line up.
All right, now let's take it to the field now. Obviously, you're transitioning. You've been hiring a staff. You guys didn't do spring football. You mentioned this is your first chance to see your kids compete against somebody in a different colored jersey, and that kind of turns it up a little bit and turns the intensity up a little bit. What have you really wanted to accomplish during the offseason and into summer strength and conditioning when you get your skill-specific time?
I think the biggest thing is getting the fundamentals of our offense and defense in as well as we can. I think that even more than that is creating the camaraderie that we're looking for, creating that, our hashtag is family and we are one, and creating that environment within our kids, and that no matter what happens, if we stick together, we can run through anything and meet any challenge. I feel like our kids have really responded well. We're going to get a chance today to find out if that's actually the case, because when you have that competition level and you're playing some of the teams that we're going to play out here today, it's going to test us.
All right, now, and like I said, growing by trade, you're a defensive guy, and most defensive, the 7-on-7 is not. The rules are slanted towards the guys and the visors and the offensive guys for sure. I mean, I'll say the rules are tilted in their direction. So why do you like 7-on-7 though? Why do you like it? What do you want to see out of your kids? What are some of the things that you look for when you're watching your kids in 7-on-7?
Yeah, I love 7-on-7. We're in a league play. We're doing SQTs. I got Pleasant Grove coming down next week to an extra league play. I think 7-on-7 is great for numerous reasons. First off, you're competing, and anytime you can go compete against high quality competition, it makes you better. Win, lose, draw, whatever. We want to win, but you're going to make yourself better. You see where you are. I think it helps defensively, and I agree. It is slanted to the visors and the white belts of the coaching world, but I think it helps us in seeing routes, seeing full speed routes. You hope you get that in practice, but you don't always. Now here we're going to see route combinations that they haven't seen, and we're going to have to get it fixed on the sideline. And that's the goal. Our kids are going to be able to do that themselves. I think obviously offensively, it creates all types of synergy. We're going to throw the ball more than they have in the past, and those are things that we have to get better at. And I think there's an opportunity to do that.
And you're making mental notes. You don't have a notepad or anything, but I know you're making a lot of mental notes. And you're looking for leadership. You're looking to see what kids because football is a game of adversity, and things are not going to go well all the time. So you want to see which kids hang their heads, which kids are picking their teammates up. All those little intangible leadership qualities, I'm sure, right?
Absolutely. That's something that we talked about numerous times the last several weeks as we were coming into this. Is go play really hard, give great, relentless effort in everything you do. If we win the game, great, and if we lose the game, let's figure out what we did wrong and let's get better. But the leadership quality of that is who's going to be that guy that picks that chin up of everybody else, that makes, hey guys, we're jogging off the field after we gave up a score. Like all those things that we talk about, can we do that when your coaches aren't out there yelling at you to do it? Will we do that same thing? And I'm excited to see that part of it today.
All right, now let's talk about your better half, the lovely Mrs. Cluley. We had dinner during. You guys had a great basketball run this year, and you were out supporting your guys in basketball. We had dinner at Matt's there in Garland, and it was excellent.
Always.
Now you're pretty busy a lot of the time. You're pretty active on Twitter, but there are times where you can't be on Twitter and be up with all the news. Does Mrs. Cluley keep you updated on all the news? And am I her favorite Twitter follower?
I'll answer that. So she absolutely keeps me up to date. And anything I miss, if I'm in a meeting and I get out and there's something big that's happened in Texas high school football, she's on it. And so she is my media relations. Appreciate you, Courtney. And you are absolutely her favorite media person unless you don't pick us. And then it goes the other way sometimes. It does. It gets dicey, and I worry about maybe your brakes in your car ain't going to work one day.
Then it's Pickle, right? If I pick against y'all, it's Pickle, right?
It's Pickle. That's exactly right. That's my girl if it's not you. That's right. Yes, sir.
Right, now, have you found a place, since you're still new in town, you haven't a chance to explore, have you found a good, what's your favorite restaurant you found so far? What's the favorite place to eat?
So I'll say this. The one that I take any interviewee to and anyone I'm trying to get to Mount Pleasant is called Nardello's. It's kind of a home-style Italian place that's really good on the square. But my personal favorite, that if I'm just going to go eat something, burgers and fries. It's been around Mount Pleasant for a really long time. Go get you a great burger, a great fries. They've got the free beans, so you can go load up on beans, which is like, I don't know if that's an East Texas thing, but it must be. I love it because I'm all about free food.
Freebies are good.
Hey, I'm all in on the free stuff. So those two would be the ones I would say if you're going to come to Mount Pleasant, you got to check out those two spots.
Okay, now you're not far from Pittsburgh. Has Abram hooked you up with the Pittsburgh hot links yet?
Coach Abram hasn't yet. I got to call him. Yeah, Coach Abram, I need those Pittsburgh hot links ASAP. I've had the ones in Gilmer. Doc's fantastic. I got to compare them to the Pittsburgh ones.
All right. Now, final question for you. I need to know, what is the Texas high school football stadium that you have yet to coach a game in, that you want to coach a game in, and it can be AT&T Stadium. Everyone wants to coach there because that means you're playing for a state championship. What's the one stadium other than AT&T Stadium that you haven't coached in yet that you'd love to coach in?
Yeah. Ratliff Stadium, Odessa Permian. I want to coach there because I think of of course the book and Friday, but there's just so much history with that stadium. And Matt, I've got a great idea. 2 years from now, DJ Man, let's meet there and let's play.
A little neutral site action.
Neutral site action.
Right.
Coronado, Mount Pleasant High School.
I like it. And if that happens, the DCTF crew will be there. I can promise you that.
Let's make it happen then. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
Coach, enjoy watching your kids compete today. Appreciate what you do always for the student athletes in the state of Texas, and good luck in 2022.
I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.